Feeling a little overwhelmed when it comes to taking a look at counseling services? Not quite sure where you can begin? Today we're going to talk about Counseling 101, so stay tuned to learn more.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.
Hi, I'm Kimberly, a licensed professional counselor of over 20 years and a homeschooling mom for 5 of those years. I'm also the founder and CEO of the Homeschool Counseling Network, a free advocacy and resource website bridging the gap between homeschooling families and professionals. In our previous videos, we have talked about the purpose of the Homeschool Counseling Network, how the Homeschool Counseling Network came to be, all of the different types of providers that are out there, including the alphabet soup mix of all of the different initials that are behind their names and the credentials, the training involved, the type of services they provide, and also we've talked about allied health professionals, our sisterhood professions, as if you will, who are also in support of mental health and support services for homeschooling families. Today, we're going to go back to my neck of the woods, my background in professional counseling, and talk a little bit about the different types of therapy services that the counseling profession offers. So if the alphabet soup was hard enough and you're not really a fan of that dish, don't worry. We are here to break it down a little bit further for you and help you understand the different types of services that are available to you as part of the counseling profession. We're here to help you make sense of it all. Basically, that is our goal. So for starters, what is a professional counselor? Well, according to the American Counseling Association, counseling is a professional relationship that empowers diverse individuals, families, and groups to accomplish mental health, wellness, education, and career goals. Professional counselors help people gain personal insights, develop strategies, and come up with real solutions to the problems and challenges we all face in every area of life. As trained and credentialed professionals, they accomplish this by getting to know clients, by building safe, positive relationships, and suggesting tools and techniques they believe will benefit clients. Okay, that was quite a mouthful. But what it means is it pretty much means we've gone to school, as we've talked about in earlier videos, for at least 6 years. We have been trained postgraduate. Beyond those years, we've worked underneath another seasoned professional counselor or another supervising professional. Sometimes that could be a psychologist, sometimes that can be an LMFT or other sorts of professional who has additional training themselves in a supervisory capacity to help us learn on the job training of what it means to be a professional helper in the area of counseling. So what types of services do we provide? Well, within the realm of mental health, multiple specialties and subspecialties exist depending on your professional discipline. That means psychology versus counseling versus social work. My background's in professional counseling, so that's what I'm most familiar with, so that's what I'm going to speak to today. Populations that we can serve individuals, adults, adolescents, and children. We can serve couples, we can serve families, we can also serve groups. What areas of specialty do we have? Here's a long list straight from the American Counseling Association's 19 different divisions. Multicultural counseling and development, group work, rehabilitation, college counseling, pediatric, meaning child or adolescent, geriatric and aging, military personnel, veterans and government, assessment and research, creativity, there's our art and music therapies, humanistic counseling, spiritual, ethical, and religious areas, social justice, resilience and trauma counseling, addictions and offender counseling, counselor education and supervision, marriage and family counselors, career development, employment counseling, and gender identity. Just know that this list is not exhaustive by any means. It was simply taken from the ACA, or our professional organization, the American Counseling Association's website. And this is pretty much in the United States only. Let me give that disclaimer there. I'm not familiar with anything in Canada or the UK or anything outside of the US. I don't know anything about those credentials. So, how do I find a counselor? Now that you see the different divisions that you have out there, you might have some idea as to what area you're seeking services in. It's usually whatever the problem it is that you're kind of identified. We literally call it the identified or presenting problem. Whatever it is that you're looking for services for, whether it be parenting, whether it be child, whether it be your marriage, whether it be if your child is struggling in school. But that means, since we're homeschoolers, when you're having that parent-teacher conference with yourself and walking around talking to yourself and you're not quite sure what to do, yeah, you can still reach out to a counselor to help you with those kind of things. It's okay that you're the same person in that meeting. In fact, it might be better because then definitely the parent and the teacher are going to attend the meeting. They're all going to show up because they're you. So how do you find a counselor? Well, for starters, it depends on a couple of different things. Do you need to use your insurance to pay for this counselor? If so, then you will. If you want to use those benefits, we pay for them, obviously, so why not get the benefit of them? Take out your insurance card right out of your wallet, turn it around, flip it over on the back, and you will see two different numbers. One is for providers to call. Back when I was a clinician in private practice, this is the number that I would call to verify benefits and to make sure that, you have benefits, and so I could tell you what your copay was and all that kind of jazz. So I could be paid. That's just how that works. There's also another line for members. You can call that line and they can help put you in touch with professionals that are in your area that are also specializing in providing the services that you need particularly. So that is one way. Use your insurance benefits. The second one is you can go to the Homeschool Counseling Network and check out our resource lists. If you look right up here in the corner, you're going to see a video where I show you scrolling through our website and how to use the Homeschool Counseling Network's website to look for a provider that is in your area, in your state, and that is providing the type of services that you are looking for. One of the beautiful things, and I hate to say beautiful things, that has come out of something so terrible as COVID, but one of the beautiful things that came about was the greater accessibility of telehealth. That includes telemental health. For a long time, it's been around for longer than most of us realize, but it really took off, for lack of a better way of putting it, with COVID. So more insurance companies began to be willing to pay for services for virtual telehealth and telemental health services. So as long as you find a counselor within your state, the majority of them, they don't have to be in your same town, they don't have to be in your same city, they don't even have to be an hour away. As long as they are licensed in the same state that you live in as the client, then they can see you virtually. And that makes getting to sessions a lot easier. So you can check out the resource list. Other ways is you could just do what you do for anything else, good old-fashioned Google or any other, or Bing, or whatever your research list is, or your internet search list is. But that's going to give you counselors all over the place. You can still search in your area, and that is one way to find it as well. But those are three different options for finding a professional counselor or professional helper in your area. Now, what about professionals other than counselors? Well, in upcoming blog posts, we're going to be talking about all different types of providers in the world of counseling and mental health, including OTs, occupational therapists, physical therapists. What else are we going to talk about? Music therapists, art therapists, play therapists, life coaches, and educators. So be sure that you click the like and the subscribe button so that you'll know when those videos come out, and you can find out how those professionals can best serve you and your family on your homeschooling journey. In the meantime, thanks so much for being here. We are glad you are a part of our village. Bye for now.